2002 PUSA 5-cent coin. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that you might have right now in your pocket, in your car's cup holder, or in that change jar you've been meaning to sort through. It's a coin so common, so seemingly ordinary, that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. I'm talking about the 2002 United States 5-cent coin, the Jefferson nickel. But what if I told you this everyday coin holds some secrets? What if there's more to it than meets the eye? Today, we're going to explore the history, the key features, the surprising facts, and most importantly, the potential value of the 2002 nickel. Stick around, because you might just be holding a tiny treasure. At first, let's get acquainted with our subject. The P in 2002 stands for the Philadelphia Mint. For decades, the Philadelphia Mint didn't put a mint mark on its nickels, but that changed in 1980. So, if you see a P on your Jefferson nickel, it was struck in the city of brotherly love. The coin itself is a classic. On the front, or the obverse, we have the timeless profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president and a founding father. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, an artist who won a design competition for the new nickel back in 1938. Look closely at the date, 2002, and just beneath it, you'll see that small P mint mark. Now, flip the coin over to the reverse. This is where we see Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia, which he designed himself. Below Monticello, the words 5 cents and Monticello are prominently displayed. And above it all, the national motto, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one. So, how many of these coins are there? A lot. The United States Mint produced an incredible number of 2002 nickels. The official mintage for the Philadelphia Mint in that year was a staggering 539,280,000 coins. Yes, you heard that right, over 500 million nickels. This massive mintage is why finding a 2002 in your change is so incredibly common, because so many were made. A regular, circulated 2002 nickel isn't going to make you rich. In fact, most of these coins are worth exactly face value, 5 cents. But this is where the story gets interesting for collectors. It's not about how many were made, it's about the condition and any rare varieties or errors that might exist. For the 2002 nickel, the real value lies in a specific designation called full steps. On the reverse of the coin, leading up to the entrance of Monticello, there are a series of steps. Due to the way the dies are struck and the pressure applied during minting, it's very rare for a nickel to have all 5 or 6 of these steps clearly defined and separated. Many circulated coins, and even some uncirculated ones, have a weak strike, and the steps appear mushy or flattened. But if you find a coin with a strong strike, where all the steps are sharp, distinct, and without any nicks or scratches, you have what's known as a full steps coin. A certified full steps 2002 nickel in high, uncirculated condition can sell for significantly more than face value, sometimes fetching tens of dollars or even more, depending on the grade. This is a classic example of numismatic scarcity. It's not about the total number of coins, but the number of perfect ones. Beyond the full steps designation, there's always the thrilling possibility of a rare error coin. While the 2002 isn't famous for any major, well-documented errors like some other years, that doesn't mean they don't exist. Minting processes aren't always perfect, and small mistakes can create one-of-a-kind treasures. Keep an eye out for things like doubled dies, a slight doubling of the letters or numbers, especially on the date or the words "In God We Trust." This happens when the die strikes the planchet twice. Die breaks or cuts, raised blobs of metal on the coin's surface, which are caused by a piece of the die breaking off-center strikes. When the coin's design is not centered on the planchet, finding one of these errors is like finding a needle in a haystack, but the payoff can be huge for the dedicated coin collector. Conclusion: so, the next time you get a nickel in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Check the date. Look for that P mint mark. And most importantly, examine the steps of Monticello. While a regular 2002 nickel is just 5 cents, a perfect one, a full steps example, could be worth a nice little bonus. And you never know when you might stumble upon a rare and valuable error. This is the fun of modern coin collecting. The most common coins can still hold the most exciting surprises. Happy hunting!